I'd like to thank God for being with us today, for love is indisputably divine. I believe that God has never more clearly witnessed as when a great love is proclaimed. Our presence together here today is a grand proclamation of love. Debbie and Karen's love for one another, as well as the love in our hearts for their happiness, as we stand with them at this most sacred threshold and celebrate their joy. We are drawn to symbols and ceremonies at times in our lives when events are greater than ourselves, when we wish to designate the sacred. It is courageous, Debbie and Karen, for you to allow your soulful friendship and your playful communion to flower before us in a lifelong romance. Marriage is a supreme adventure in the most intimate of human relationships. It is deep, beautiful territory. How can we send them off? What do we give them so that they can be successful? We want to give them the map to every treasure and the key to every puzzle. But what they have asked from us today is to bring them a rock.
Rocks, you guys, I can't even believe we made it to this time in our lives where we can do this, where we can be together in forever. And you guys have all brought us here. You are our rocks. Every single one of you has been so instrumental in our lives on so many levels at so many different times in our lives. Some of you we've known since we were kids. Some of you we've known we've known each other 14 years. So I've known at least all of you for at least 14 years. But the rocks that we asked you guys to bring it symbolize you guys and you guys getting us here. And it's amazing just to look out and see all of you. What started as a celebration of us became a celebration of all of you. And every single one of you who is here is so important to us on so many levels that we couldn't do it without you. I could say something unbelievable about every single one of you and what you've done to bring us here. Mom, thank you for my childhood. It was amazing, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Gina, Philip, thank you for my teens and my 20s because you helped me survive to get here.
I thank y'all too. I've had fun with y'all. Being in my life too.
And every single one of you guys on so many levels, Jen, for getting me through a really rough time. I could go through every one of you guys and say something, but just the fact that you guys are all here means the world to me and to Karen.
And as a teacher, I don't ever stand up with a piece of paper. I just go and I do it and I say, but to drink, no, I'm just kidding. I haven't had anything to drink at all. But I did have to write down a couple things just because I don't know why. I felt like I just wanted to do it. This piece of paper actually is the first note. That's crazy.
Oh, my feet cry.
My stalker put this on my car window. That's a lie. It was really weird because we met each other in a bizarre way and actually riding motorcycles together. I didn't ride at that particular time, but I was on the back of her motorcycle, and she was with all these freaky people.
Not Debbie.
I was like, okay, well, this is a lot, and everybody's doing all these hand signs for animals in the roads and potholes and stuff. And I was making fun of them, and she was kind of laughing. I was making fun of them. But anyways, I asked Alicia, I said, do you think it's okay if I call Debbie at work? So I called her at work, and then I called her again. You get kind of weird, like, call her. So she didn't call me back, and I'm like, oh, shit. I said, good, that's it. I'm done. I thought something was happening. It's not so much happening. Then when I woke up the next morning to go to work, this note was on my car, and it said, and this is perfect. It says,
I can't believe you have
I did, I had to have it. Thinking about you, sorry I missed your call. I wanted you to get some sleep. And anybody who knows me, sleep is very important. So that was like, oh, wow, that's amazing. Call me when you get a break. And I don't get many breaks. And some people would be like, why hasn't she called me? As a teacher, you don't get many breaks. Maybe a 22-minute lunch period. That's it. So the first note she ever gave me was this. And I'm probably going to go in kind of a crazy order, but and I could talk about the rock thing. And Michael said, please tell me you're going to say something about these rocks because we think you're crazy. You're going to tie this rock thing into it. And there's something about rocks. I don't know. It always seems like everywhere I go, or we go family, and I go with Courtney, I go with Mom, I go with Debbie, I go anywhere. We're picking up rocks. I mean, look at this rock. Isn't this the coolest rock? And there's something about the energy that rocks give you. When you hold them in your hand, it's just bizarre. There's just energy that you feel. And you find yourself just walking with this rock, and you're like, why am I holding this rock? And rocks are the cornerstone and the foundation of every sanctuary, every monument from before Christ, and it resembles friendship. Rocks change, our friendship changed, but it's always solid. It's always strong, even if the rocks are changing. And that's exactly what Mike, that's why we asked you to bring a rock. Where is Mike? For Christ's sake, where is he? There he is. Did you bring me a damn rock? Okay, good. All right. And so that's the whole rock thing. And as far as thank yous, again, I don't look at my piece of paper. Usually I always hold this piece of paper, but I never have to ever look at it. It's weird. It's a weird thing. I know it, Penny. It's just terrible. We're going to be quiet in 1 minute. Thank yous. It's weird because our mothers and all of your mothers, are the backbone of families. And I'm not just saying that because we're women, but it's true. They're the backbone of the family. Although I spent most of my time with my father, hung out with my dad, and went and came and ball games and everything else. I watched my mother quietly and observed her every moment, everything she ever did. And she is a true example of how to live life. And she taught me a lot. She taught me how to choose my friends, choose my partner. I watched her sacrifice everything for us kids. Our education, people that are not so smart like me, she had to take the last period today. My education, I think, when I was in high school, cost more than our mortgage payment. And their light bill and everything else. And it was not just because I was going to private school, it's because she sent me to tutoring the last day of every period. Yeah, it was tough.
Skipping rope.
Yeah, I learned how to skip rope, believe it or not. But I'm sorry, I'm going on. Anyways, but she worked long hours and she did everything for Tom and I and Sherry. And you're just amazing, Mom. You truly are amazing. You're a true example how to live life and not judge others. And to look at all sides of individuals. And I think if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have these people out here, and I wouldn't have Debbie. So thank you very much for the examples you've given me. And Tom and Sherry. And even growing, I'm going to stop after this, even growing old. I call her, we're growing old now, honey. She's not only taking care of our family, but she's taking care of my friends. She's taking care of Debbie. She's taking care of my dying friend Carrie in the hospital until the last minute. And, I mean, I don't even have to tell her to come. She just comes. She shows up. She takes Marta. I don't know how she figures it out. Thank you. Okay, now we'll get to the wedding part, but it is about y'all. It's not really about us. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for letting us be your cornerstone, to be your foundation. Thank you. It honors us.
Rock of Ages, right?
Yeah.
Where there is trust and respect, intimacy resides. Let your marriage be your sanctuary, where you're free to be yourself. To be loved is to be seen and known as we are seen and known by no other. There's something mystical about the truth of your being when it is allowed to come forth without fear. It creates a magical intimacy between hearts and souls and minds that is the purest freedom. Your vows to each other are a glorious, glorious gift.
This is where she always goes first.
14 years. 14 years we've been together. What do you not know about somebody after 14 years? You know, we've already had our for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, sickness and health. So what more do you need? My mom always said that you were such a sweet, nice, quiet little cat person.
I am nice and sweet and a cat person.
Thank you for accepting and helping make me this crazy dog person and accepting the crazy dogs. You know, you find your person when you know that every single thing you do, you want to do with that person. And I want to do everything with you. And I'm so glad that we get all this time that we're going to get to do so many more things. And all of it with dogs.
I've already told you the first time, I don't know if I told you this, but the first time I met you, there was a strangeness about you. It's kind of weird that strangeness ran through my veins like lightning. It really did. I was just like, wow, I love this strange person. As much as yeah, strange person as much as I do, but you've always taken care of me. The first time we met, you said you again bagged me for somebody else, which was your grandmother. And you said, I gotta go see grandmother. And I said, I didn't know who grandmother was, but I eventually met Liz. And that was so awesome. She's going to see her grandmother. And she's not going to spend time with me, and that was perfect. It was amazing. But I love you. I promise to continue my love with you. I could promise to continue to plan our future like we do every Sunday. In the hot tub. I know that's right.
With a bottle of champagne.
Note to self,
I
I'm going to
promise
Sunday.
that I will always, we'll never stop dreaming. That's just part of it. And at the end of the day, when we go and sit on the sofa, we go, this is all we need. Our family. Even if it's a 1,200 square foot, it's going to be good. But I promise to love you to the end of time. Good.
And
You want to do
for
this?
some rings to seal that deal.
Did we
Miss
bring
Ellen?
them? Got them? Okay, good.
Can we all just bow our heads, please? Gracious Heavenly Father, Creator of love unending, the Alpha and the Omega. We ask you today to bless all of our friends and our family. Be with these two beautiful young women. that know your love and know how to demonstrate your love for one another. And we just ask that these rings be a commitment of their love for one another and forever and ever. In your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Debbie's good.
Now, how we do this thing? We just give them. Debbie, we've been committed to each other. We've known each other for 14 years, but we've kind of, before the time you could get married, we committed to each other about a year and a half into it. We spent a wonderful vacation with Gina in Mendocino, California. We always said, we're going to get everybody together and get married in Mendocino, California. Well, poor
Thank
Philip, he
God.
probably it would have taken 48 hours for him. It might have taken everybody else 48 hours. And we bought these rings, and again, they're simple. We're simple. 1,200 square foot, simple rings that we love and adore. So, they have rocks in them. Yeah, sure. I can put these on your finger. Which hand is it?